Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to be looking at ballads. So let's first look at what is a ballad. Well, ballads tell a story. It's a very distinct thing about a ballad. It's one of the most distinctive characteristics of one. So they can tell stories about many different things and many different themes. Ballads are a French chanson balladie, or a ballad, um, and they were popular in medieval France and Britain. Something I want us to remember in our introduction to storytelling, what's one of the reasons we tell stories? Well, we tell stories to remember. So ballads were also used as a way to remember certain stories. So they rhymed, so it was easier to remember a rhyme than just someone telling you a random story. And oftentimes these were made into songs or music, so they were even more memorable. So, like I said, these come from popular in medieval France and Britain. They told a story in a way that was very memorable. And as I was saying, they're usually about hardship, tragedy, love, and romance. And they're long poetry. So they're basically long poetry that tells a story and has rhythm and rhyme. They have adapted and they have changed through the years since they're originally appeared. So sometimes we can find funny ones now because nowadays we make them and sometimes we can make them funny or really interesting. But they were usually about hardship, tragedy, love, and romance. So, what are the characteristics of a ballad? Well, we've mentioned some so far. Again, they must tell a story. It can't just be a list of things like I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I went downstairs, I ate breakfast, I went to school, I had a good day, I went home. No, no, no. It must tell a story. There's got to be some form of a narrative to a ballad. Um, you know, Back on that note, there needs to be almost like a problem and a resolution or a conflict and a resolution in a ballad. So this is what happened, and this is the end result of that problem, conflict, or even end result of what happened to the main character or characters. And they must have a rhyme scheme. So rhyme schemes can be something like A, B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B, C, B, and so forth. But ballads must rhyme and have a rhyme scheme. They must also have consistent rhyme schemes and consistent number of lines in each stanza throughout. So as we've looked at examples of this, we have seen that to be a ballad, it must have the same rhyme scheme throughout, and it must have the same number of lines in each stanza to be qualified as a ballad. However, although there needs to be consistency in each ballad, different ballads can vary between rhyme schemes and stanzas. So, for instance, one ballad could be an A-B rhyme scheme pattern and have a quatrain stanzas, so 4 lines per stanza. Another ballad talking about another story could be an A-B rhyme scheme and have a sestet. I'm the worst at that word, but that would be 6 lines in each stanza. Okay, so ballads, from ballad to ballad, they can vary, but within one ballad, it must remain the same throughout the entire ballad. But different ballads can have different rhyme schemes. As I was saying, quatrain has 4 lines, cinquetrain has 5 lines, and sestet has 6 lines. So just quickly, how to find a rhyme scheme. You look at the last word of each line. When there is a new sound, you use a new letter. Then you write the letters in order of the sounds. For example, I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on higher valleys and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Okay, so cloud and crowd, they both rhyme, so they are both, they rhyme together, so they are both A A. Hills and daffodils rhyme together, so they would be B B. And trees and breeze are new set of rhymes that rhyme together, so they be C C, to make a poem that has an A B C C rhyme scheme. And finally, different kinds of stanzas. Stanza is a block of lines in a poem. So think of, if stanza confuses you, think of blocks of lines. And stanzas with different numbers of lines have different names. For instance, 4 lines is a quatrain. So that's the one in red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lines of a rhyme. 5 lines is cinquatrain, and that's going to be 5 lines of rhymes. And 6 lines is sestets, which will have 6 lines of rhymes. That's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching.